Hello Aries, welcome to the channel. My name is Katie. This is going to be your 4-month reading. So 4-month projection for what is ahead. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull themes for each month and then we'll add some clarifiers. So what does Aries need to know for the month of September? Okay. October, November flew right out. And let's get December. All right. Okay, you are definitely in a kind of manifestation, attracting what you want kind of vibe for the next 4 months. So for September, I have a spiritual alignment puts my manifestation into motion. So you are definitely being asked to kind of level up your spiritual practices, maybe even discovering what your spiritual practices are for some of you. I'm hearing things like journaling, meditation, being out in nature. For some of you, even like forms of therapy and healing. It's really just being able to do what is necessary to connect your mind, body, and spirit, right? That's really what your spirituality is. And that's what's being asked of you for the month of September. How do I do this? Let's pull some tarot. Let's clarify a little bit more about how Aries can become spiritually aligned in September. Ooh. Oh, darn it, like 10 fell out. Okay, I need like one card, one card to clarify September, right? Okay, you have got 2 of Wands. So it seems like maybe the reason why you're needing to have this spiritual alignment right now is because you're feeling caught between decisions. Like it's really hard for you to, like, you're wanting to move forward in something, but it's difficult for you to make a decision that feels right to you. And that's why the answer lies within spiritual practices like meditation and journaling. When you're able to do those things, your answers become more clear to you. You gain more clarity, right? I also feel like there's a little bit of, like for some of you, like, do you stay in your job? Do you quit your job? Is it time for you to move on? Even in a relationship, like there's just this kind of energy of not knowing what to do, but feeling like it's kind of a this or that situation. And again, that's why the spiritual alignment is going to help you. I want to pull out, let's see, some of the rose cards to see kind of your energy around it. Okay, what does Aries need to know for September? Okay, so you are definitely in a stage of like growing up and healing. Whatever this decision is, it feels, I don't feel like it's an emotionally heavy decision like it does, in the sense that it's not like, how do I put that? Like it just doesn't feel I don't feel very weighted down. So it is something that matters to you and you are having maybe some big feelings about it, but really what's happening in the month of September is this opportunity for you to kind of grow into the person that you're meant to be, right? It's also very like healing, which I think is why you're being asked to develop your spirituality, boy. One thing that you need to be sure of is, so I'm not showing you the cards. Okay, so this one is the mother of the healing, the mother line. This is all about the growing up and being in an energetic space where healing needs to occur. And I feel like, again, like the theme of this is your spiritual alignment, right? And I think when you're finding yourself with this 2 of Wands, where you're needing to make this decision, when you can come to it with the approach of, I'm doing this to grow as an individual, I'm coming to this with the idea of growing, spiritually and connecting more with, my soul's purpose, that type of mindset, I think September will flow a lot better for you. One thing that they're wanting you to remember is that you're being held, that you do have, angels, spirit guides that are supporting you. But I also think in September, there's going to be a group of people that come together and really you feel supported by in this decision that you're making. So like, for example, maybe you're starting a new job. The decision is that, you wanted to leave your old, starting this new job. There is going to be a group that you really connect with, that you feel like, okay, yes, this is the right space for me. This was the right job. This was the right move. And you have people that are just really supporting you in that area, right? Whether it's a job or not. Okay. Let's pull, okay. We're going to pull out some shaman dream. Let's see. I really need to find like a holder for all my decks. Got so many decks here. Okay. So let's see. Let's clarify this Two of Wands and get some more information about the decision that you have before you and like you making the choice. You got out Feast of Plenty, which is all about choices. Choices, clarifying choices here. Okay, let's get out one more. Okay. All right. So I think the reason why you are so hesitant with making this choice in September is that you are way concerned about the consequence, right? So there's this little bee here, if you can see that. The little bee there. And whenever I see bee, I feel like this card is representing like, this is the choice that has sweet results. It's like the choice that's going to be financially profitable, give you financial stability, maybe financial freedom. And this choice is one where, this iceberg is kind of, or this crystal rather, it's kind of growing out of the globe. Both choices are fine to take. But this one is the harder path, but you grow in a different way. I mean, of course you grow here too, because getting financial stability and freedom, you naturally change as a person and have different experiences. But this, I almost feel like you all are wanting the result of this, where you're able to grow as a person, you're able to really understand who you are as a human being, but you're scared of the work that it's going to take. So you're kind of wanting to take the B route. Okay. One thing to keep in mind is that whatever choice you make here is a chance for a new beginning. It's a chance for you to discover new things about you, about the lifestyle that you're truly wanting. I'm hearing for some of you, it's going to be changing your habits in such a positive way, but there's a lot of hesitation, a lot of fear around making this choice, because again, you're seeing the possible consequences, the possible outcomes. Okay. Again, I feel like this is kind of, this card is kind of going back to this spiritual alignment, right? So when you're able to take this path, discover this new side of you, develop spiritual habits, there's this path that is forged for you. And it's almost like there's no turning back from it. It's like you have these two ways of seeing yourself. It's this, just a certain way. Maybe it's like, the child you and then the current you, and you want to take this path where you kind of leave both of those behind and you're discovering a new way of existing in the world. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. I'm so excited. That is truly beautiful. I want to say, and I know that this is easier said than done, whatever choice you make, just follow your gut. Follow what your body is saying. You know which path you want to take, but your mind is trying to talk you out of it. So again, really hone in on those spiritual habits to be able to discover what truly is the path you should take, because we all have it. That book, The Body Keeps the Score, a lot of it is about the trauma that we hold in our bodies. But I think that when we are able to listen to our bodies on a regular basis, and it becomes a habit, choices are much easier to make. And so I feel like you are being invited to take this opportunity and this specific choice that you're faced with and really go inward to discover how you do that, how you listen to your body, okay? If you have questions about that, I could talk about that for a long time. So comment below. We'll chat more about it. Okay, but let's move on to October. Okay, so October is the theme of October. When I connect to the spiritual realm, I open the door to receive divine guidance, clear direction, and great wisdom. Okay, so I love this idea of you becoming spiritually aligned in September, because I feel like it is setting you up for October, to where I feel like October's, I see this and I feel like it's just gonna be full of all these little gifts, all these little, for lack of a better term, like favors, where like the world is giving you all of these things and you're just like, yes, okay, thank you, yes, oh, this is awesome. It's not like this huge, big change, but you're able, I think because you become spiritually aligned, you're able to see things in a different way in the month of October. And because of that, it's like little trinkets. Like, I feel like God, spirit team, whatever, like, you know, you're getting these energetic little, just like high fives and like wins, okay? Oh, I love that for you. Okay, let's pull, where's that deck? Okay, let's pull, I'm gonna do a tarot for October. Kind of what you're facing. There you go. Okay, so you have the Four of Pentacles in reversed. Yes, this is beautiful. So Four of Pentacles, it's all about like shedding the old, letting go of, you know, stuff that doesn't serve you. And I feel like these two cards are so important, because when you start to have a spiritual practice that becomes habitual, whether that's yoga, meditation, therapy, like whatever that is for you, right? When it starts to become a habit and you start to see these, you know, little trinkets coming in that are like these feel-good things, you're going to be able to identify, oh, you know what? That person doesn't make me feel good. When after I see them, I feel like crap. Maybe I want to let that person go. Or maybe I need to take a break and kind of not see them so much. Or maybe there's, you know, you realize coffee or alcohol isn't like serving you anymore, that, you know, you're able to see how it affects your body and how it makes your body feel, and that you're not that body, mind, spirit alignment. Okay. I definitely feel though that there's also okay. So I feel like you're going to be very abundant in spiritual blessings, is how that's coming through. And it's making you kind of question your financial status, your financial ability. I feel like for the majority of you, like you're okay, like you're stable, you're doing fine, right? But I think when you start to, you're going to have this time during October where you start to implement more of these spiritual practices, and you're worried that they're like, I don't know, like replacing the amount of time that you could be working and making more money. I hope that's making sense. For some of you, there's going to be kind of like, I'm just seeing this teeter-totter where you're like, I love doing spiritual stuff, but I also need to pay my bills. I need to, you know, I feel good when I do this, but I've got to provide for my family. And okay, I don't want to say anything. Let's pull out, let's see, let's do some, okay. We're going to go in the same order. Before I go, let's see what the cards have to say. I feel like I get a clearer idea when the cards come out. Okay, so Aries and the month of October. What do you got? Okay. Yes, okay. So we have Lineage of the Rose, which is kind of like your soul call, soul purpose. We also have Mother Rose, which is returning to each other, compassion, humanity. There's also the Sacred Union, beloved within, inner and outer relationships. I feel like, okay, so all of this, sorry, the light's weird. Okay, all of these things, they're talking about you. They're talking, I know it's like the Sacred Union, but like, okay, so the inner and outer relationships, this is talking about you existing. It's that teeter-totter effect, right? you existing within your body and having that alignment with your mind, body, and spirit, right? But then you also having these external influences, which is where you were worried about, you know, your financial stability and abundance and whatnot. And I feel like with October, again, you're being offered an opportunity to see beyond the material. Oh my gosh. Okay. And yes. When you are able to, you need to let go of the chase of material. Don't neglect your responsibilities. Still do your job, pay your bills, pay your rent, all of that stuff. But you almost need to relax on this pursuit of the material, the pursuit of, like, you know, the whole American dream, the mansion with all the cars. Like, that is just not your focus for the month of October. You are truly being called to get this alignment within so that you gain this understanding of what purpose you are meant to play in this life down here in this world. Ooh, that's a beautiful thing. There's also, oh yes, like when you're able to develop those spiritual habits and do them habitually, I feel like you're going to be reconnected with your, like, a spirit team, with your angels. And for a lot of you, I feel like they're just like, you've got this team up there, right? That's just like chomping at the bit to like connect with you and guide you and help you through, you know, what you're going through. And I do feel like I was taken back to the Two of Wands. Part of the experience in September, the journey that it takes for you to make this decision, that process is something that you need to go through so that your mind is opened up to all of the fun things that are coming in October, all those little gifts. I feel like you've got this, again, this spirit team behind you that's just like, they're giving you these little tidbits, these little tastes of what can happen to you when you are in alignment with them. And it's such a beautiful thing. Okay, I want to kind of, okay, so the spiritual alignment, we know in September, you've got to hone in on those habits, those spiritual practices, make that like a part of your daily, right? But with October, it feels like this whole door is open, that you're going to receive that divine guidance. So let's just get, I'd like to clarify just to get some more tangible things of how Aries can do that in October. Okay. What do you got for Aries? This is so incredibly beautiful. Okay, so during the month of October, because you've gone through and you've had September, you've made that decision, right? Things that has taken a lot of you, a lot from you. And in October, it's important for you to kind of replenish. You've got this like empty well, right? And you've got all of this power in the middle, but there's not enough energy for it to fill the well up. So definitely in October, after the decision's been made and you're kind of getting in like the routine of whatever that looks like, right? Whatever change has affected your lifestyle and whatnot. Once you kind of get into that routine, it is really important for you to figure out what you need to replenish. Feeling like for a lot of you, water, like you need to really focus on water during the month of October. Rest always, not just like Netflix and chill, but like actual rest. Like maybe take a blanket outside in your backyard and lay in the grass, you know, on the grass and kind of, I don't know, cloud watch. I say that because I've been getting into cloud watching, which sounds so funny, but it just makes me feel like a kid a little bit. But things like that, like it's not just sitting on electronics, like you need to rest and replenish in nature and doing things that help quiet the mind, not stimulate the mind, okay? And then there's going to become a time when you feel, it's almost like the well fills up and you feel ready to move forward. And that is when you're asked to move forward towards adventure. So I definitely think when you start to get these little like trinkets in from your spirit team, right? That is when all the fun begins. Anything that entices you or excites you, I feel like you need to be like this little being, like propel yourself forward 100% be all in to whatever that is. And again, I feel like throughout these 2 months, you're going to be practicing how to really listen to your body for decision making and how to move forward. And so by the time all of this momentum has built up and your well is filled, you're going to realize like, oh yes, this is like a full body 10. We're going to move forward. I'm going for this. Okay. Give yourself full permission to do that too. And then when you're able to do that, it ends with such a beautiful card: Fortune's Wheel, luck, and right timing. I feel like there's going to be, this light bulb moment. There's going to be so much, how do I want to put that? Like spiritual and mental abundance. I just feel like everything's going to kind of connect so much for you that you have this sense, this period of time where you just feel incredibly happy. You feel content. It's like you understand how the world works, the role you play in it. Everything is kind of like lining up for you. Okay. Oh, that's so beautiful. Ugh, this reading. Okay. Let's move on to November. So now you have, I can do less and attract more. So I feel like you're kind of going down this path of like developing your spiritual habits, realizing what works for you, what doesn't, listening to your body. And then there's going to come a time where you really have to kind of pull back and just listen. Okay. So for some of you, like meditation, journaling, like where you're able to really quiet the mind and listen, be out in nature, not be distracted by electronics. That is going to be such a good headspace for you in November. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I want to get more of this. So let's pull the rose cards and just kind of see the energy for November. Let's grab. Oh, wait. Okay. I'm going to keep that card up. Well, we'll go this way and then we'll do the tarot since we started this way. Okay. So for November, we have Brothers of the Rose. This is kind of like a sacred masculine protection. I do feel like that aha moment that you get here with the Fortune's Wheel, there's something with that you want to protect. It almost feels very sacred to you. And so you do want to protect it. I don't know how much you're going to share it with other people necessarily. I almost feel like you don't want this to leave, this feeling and the clarity that you're gaining in October, which is why you're in that protective mode. But the thing that you need to understand is there's this release of petals. November is going to, there's a chance for you to transform and have a rebirth. You are gaining so much clarity and insight during the months of September and October that in November, it's time for you to really, I feel like it's the beginning of this transformative period for you. I do feel like this period is going to last like 4 months to 6 months from November. So September, October is like the beginning of it. And then there's really this transformative period. I feel like in November, you're being asked to really assess you, assess your characteristics, assess your behaviors, your choices, your lifestyle decisions, things of that nature, and really assess what you want to take you into the future you and what things need to go. Okay? Because this is all about like shedding the old to make space for the new. Okay? Oh, that's so pretty. Okay. So now let's do tarot. Let's see what... Okay. Okay, you got 3 of Swords. You have it in reverse though. So I feel like the choice that you make in September has some residue to it, some emotional residue. I don't know if like other people are involved and you're worried about hurting them, or it's just such an emotional choice for you that there's like, I just feel residue is what I keep getting. But there's definitely the month of November, when you are really doing that self-assessment. It is an opportunity for you to release the pain that you've been carrying. It's an opportunity for you to really kind of overcome all of this. And I just saw you like step up onto a platform and kind of like your chest was out and you're just like, I am here. I am this person unapologetically. You either like it or you don't. And that, oh, that's so beautiful. That really goes with this idea of like the death and rebirth, right? I do think there is an element of forgiveness that needs to take place, that you need to forgive yourself. I think for a small group of you, there's other people involved that there needs to be some forgiveness there. But for the majority of you, I almost feel that it's a forgiveness that you haven't done this sooner. Oh my gosh, you guys, this feels so incredibly powerful. It feels so good. Like you guys really are like leveling up. Like it's amazing. Okay, let's pull just to get, because I want to get some more. Yeah, just in October. Do less, attract more. What does Aries need to know for November? Yes, okay. Okay, let's get one more. Whew. Okay, yeah. All right. Okay, so in November, it really is this transformative month, right? You are being asked in the month of November to really come to the table with a beginner's mind. Like everything that's happening to you, the ramifications of this choice that was made in September, you need to view it from a fresh perspective. Remember, you have shed a lot up to this point. Like you have really leveled up and really gained such an understanding of who you are that now you need to walk in the world with a fresh perspective and drop your biases, right? You need to be able to go, meet people and go places and be able to see it almost for the first time. Because I feel like when you can experience even familial things for the first time, you're able to see more truth. Like I just saw you walk into like a coffee shop and they were like, it's somewhere that you go all the time, but you saw it and it just looked so different to you. And you were able to like make friends, like start up conversations with more ease and like really see kind of see the truth behind it all, which is so beautiful. I even saw for some of you like walking into like a family room with like your like siblings and stuff, like even as adults, but like you walk in and you are able to see your siblings in such a different way. Like you're able to see them as who they truly are. And the beautiful thing about that is think of the relationships that you can harvest and grow and cultivate when you are coming to the table with a new perspective, right? And I hope I'm not being confusing. I'm not saying that like if someone has wronged you to forgive and like move forward. I'm saying being able to just see things in a new way. Again, you're going to know, like someone who's wronged you, you're going to feel it in your body that like, no, I don't have time for you, which is part of this shedding, right? That you're going through. Listening to your body and being able to say, nope, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for you. I don't have time to do that. I don't have time to help you with that, right? And really standing up for yourself, okay? I definitely feel like November is like a slow down period for sure. I'm actually surprised Hermit didn't come out because I'm kind of getting Hermit type of energy. I do feel like in November, there is going to be an opportunity that's going to be presented, and it's going to be presented to you because of all of this growth, right? You've gone through all of these experiences and now you're, on the very top of that cat or pillar. And the opportunity is coming to you because of all of that hard work. And when it does come to you, you need to remember, we have wood wives, to be adaptable. You need to remember that like you hold the power in your hand, right? You understand when your body isn't feeling good, your body's going to tell you the answer, clear no. You're going to know when to move forward with something and when to back away from something. And so being able to approach the circumstance in front of you during November with an adaptability attitude is going to serve you extremely well, because I feel like you have gone through so many changes and such beautiful changes that you need to kind of rest for sure, slow down, but then also just be like very fluid, okay? Just like water, just let things flow. You know, you still take a stand when you need to, but just be adaptable to things, because I feel like there's a lot of changes, all for the good. It feels very good and very strong is not the right word. I just feel like you are like stepping up into like your rightful place, right? You're stepping into an energy where you have such confidence in yourself and your ability to make decisions from such a wholesome place that honors who you are, that it just changes so much in your life. But again, don't freak out because it's all for the good, okay? All right, let's go into December. Sorry, this is like quite the spread here. Got to keep it all straight. Okay, so December is the universe powerfully responds the instant I realign with love. So I feel like, again, we talked about how November's do less, attract more, right? So like you're kind of doing this because you're just kind of, you know, you have replenished. You're not drained anymore, but things have slowed down. And now you're being asked, I almost feel like maybe, be aware of this. During the month of November, your spiritual habits decline a little bit and you kind of lose just the habitual practice of things. So you're going to be called to like reinstate those in December. But keep an eye on that, because the more you can keep doing in November, even if there's just one thing you choose to do, it's going to help carry you through into December, okay? All right, let's see what tarot wants to come out for the month of December. What does Aries need to know? Okay, that one. You have the Six of Cups. Okay. I definitely feel, I mean, some of you could be finding out you're pregnant. You could be delivering in December. I definitely feel like for the majority of you, obviously, it feels like all of this work that you've done and you kind of starting this new way of looking at the world, it offers you a new perspective about yourself, and you almost go back to how you were as a child in the way of finding things that made you happy when you were a child, and kind of your mindset living life as a child in the regards of playing more, doing the things that bring you joy, not stressing about finances all of the time, not stressing about your responsibilities. You are still taking care of your responsibilities. I feel like for a lot of you, and this is probably indicative of Aries too, you're just so like, a lot of you are type A. You've got a goal in mind. You are going to like kill yourself literally like to obtain this goal, right? And in the month of December, you're being asked like, let's maybe like put all of that goal achieving on hold for a month and just find our joy. Find, you know, this way of living childlike in just such a playful way. It feels really nice. I also feel like you're going to have just your focus on family quite a bit, which I think is beautiful. Yeah, okay. Let's move on to, okay, sorry. One more thing. Six of Cups is also like a creativity card, like an emphasis on that. And I feel like for a lot of you, there's going to be this moment where another kind of like aha moment, but in a different way than the Fortune's Wheel that happened in October. My power just went out. Okay, we're going to wrap this up even though it's dark. It's fine. Okay, so creativity. I feel like there's going to be this creative moment that comes for you in connection with your spirituality. I think when you're able to play and be silly, it breeds this whole new path for your spirituality to grow in a different way, okay? All right, let me see. I want to pull out some rose cards. That one right there. Okay, let's grab one. There it is. Okay. Okay, so you have the fertile void, inner winter, rest, patience, potency, secret beginnings. So I do feel like, because there's like this creative energy that you can connect to your spiritual practices, that there's this new kind of, again, way that you're seeing life differently. And it feels like this secret beginning to you, because you haven't really shared this experience with a lot of people, because again, you hold it so sacred. But I feel, again, like it's very exciting for you. And again, that like light bulb moment, right? You also have the rose thread, inner call, soul led, the mystic, living courageously. I feel like you allowing yourself to live like a child for just a month, right? Like just everything you like, take care of your responsibilities, but then your downtime, like you're just playing. It's going to give you this new like zest for life almost, that is, I feel like that energy is really going to propel you in the months to come. Okay, let's grab 3. Sorry about the light, I know it's kind of annoying. Let's do 3 of the shaman cards for December. Yes, okay. I love that. What else does Aries need to know? Yes. Oh, your reading is so incredibly beautiful. Whew. Okay, 1 turned over, I'm taking it. Okay. So the first card that came out is overflow. It's overwhelm and plenty. I feel like when you take on this childhood energy, it is gonna bring up some childhood trauma type stuff with you, and you're gonna feel a little emotional, but you know that it's something that you need to release. So you almost welcome it, because you've gained so much clarity the months leading up to this, that when this happens, you kind of welcome it, because you're like, I'm ready to, again, like shed this, right? Your focus was in November was all about what things to shed. Because you were doing this, it created room for this emotion to be let go of, which you need to in order to move forward, right? Which takes us to Horseman, which is herald change. I feel like that process in you heralds such a change that you are illuminated. Your aura is going to just be like on fire. You're going to be on fire. It's going to instill so much courage and confidence and assuredness in you that you just don't, things aren't going to bother you like they did before, because you are self-assured, which is such a beautiful thing. I'm so excited for you guys to get here. I do feel like this is kind of leading us into the next, the beginning of the year, but you also need to organize and tidy. I feel like after you go through this emotional thing and you've released it, it's time for you to get back organized, start doing your spiritual habits habitually again, and really just kind of gearing up for the new year, I feel like, and just really getting organized on your priorities. You can exist in this world and go after materialistic things and also have a humongous spiritual life, right? Where you have spiritual practices that you do, and those things can coexist and you can be successful in both. I would not be surprised if we did a 4-month reading in December, if that was kind of your theme, was melding those 2 areas. Most definitely. Okay, Aries, I know that was a lot. I feel like this is really such a beautiful reading. It's so transformative. I know that you guys have work to do, but it's nothing you can't handle. I think if you keep that mindset of this growth, it's a growth period, and I'm going to come out on the other side completely changed and loving who I am. Remember this card, that after all of this, you are going to come out so victorious and so self-assured. Who doesn't want to be self-assured in this world, right? With social media and everything like that's always thrown us off kilter. Being self-assured, I think, is one of the things that we could all use more of. So kudos to you. I'm excited to see what happens for December. Aries, I love you so much. Please check out the other videos for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs so you can get a more clear picture of what the 4 months has in store for you. Please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you're updated on when I have uploaded new videos. I love you all so much, and I hope you have a great day.